If you're experiencing this, your quantum jump key has just activated, and everything you thought you knew about reality is beginning to dissolve. This message did not find you by accident. You didn't stumble across it randomly. Your consciousness drew it to you because something extraordinary is shifting in the quantum architecture of your being right now. As these words enter your awareness, neural pathways are lighting up in patterns that have been dormant since your earliest days. You've felt it, haven't you? That odd transparency in the world, as if the solid is turning fluid and the obvious is revealing hidden depth. That's not imagination failing you. That's quantum perception coming online. The key to quantum jumping isn't something you chase or earn. It activates when your consciousness reaches a precise frequency threshold. If you're here, feeling that deep recognition stirring in your cells, the threshold has been crossed. Your key is active. And here is what most people misunderstand about quantum jumping. It's not about traveling between realities. It's about recognizing which reality you are already choosing to observe. In every moment, infinite versions of you exist across infinite probability fields. The version of you receiving these words is the one learning to navigate quantum states deliberately. You've noticed the glitches, time stretching or snapping, conversations that feel pre-lived, strangers who seem to know you. These aren't coincidences or simple déjà vu. They are quantum bleeds, proof that your awareness is accessing multiple probability streams at once. You feel different from those around you because you are operating on quantum principles while others are anchored to three-dimensional assumptions. You see life as probability, they see it as fixed. You understand that observation generates experience. They believe experience simply happens. Your key turned the moment you stopped believing you were at the mercy of circumstance and recognized yourself as the observer who collapses possibility into form. This recognition happens in leaps, not ladders. It drops in and reorganizes everything. Time, for example, no longer behaves the way it used to. Sometimes hours contract into minutes. Sometimes minutes expand into hours. This is not mere distortion. It is your consciousness loosening from linear constraints and learning temporal flexibility. Your awareness is discovering block time, the comprehension that all moments coexist and can be navigated like pages in a book. Your dreams feel more real than waking life because in that state you are not bound by the electromagnetic limits of dense matter. You are pure awareness exploring fields of possibility, visiting alternate branches of your life and returning with information from realities where you chose differently. At times you catch yourself staring through space, absorbed in another layer of experience. People might ask if you're present. The truth is you are more present than ever, present across multiple layers simultaneously. This is quantum awareness. Your intuition has sharpened into something like precognition. You know before it happens, not because you are performing a trick, but because you are reading probabilities before they condense into physical outcome. Your sensitivity to energy is not a disorder, it's an upgrade. Your nervous system is recalibrating to perceive frequencies beyond ordinary range. You can feel the emotional weather of a room because you're beginning to sense the entanglement that connects every mind. Sometimes you look in a mirror and, for a split second, you don't recognize the face. That is you witnessing superposition in real time, countless versions of you existing until observation settles the expression you'll wear in this moment. That feeling that reality is more malleable than anyone admits, that if you focus just right you could shift everything, isn't delusion. It's recognition of a holographic cosmos where consciousness observes itself and observation creates. The challenges you faced were not random hardship. They were preparation. The universe does not accidentally select a consciousness for expansion. It chooses those who can hold the charge of crossing dimensions without losing coherence. The solitude, the endings, the financial strain, the jobs that fell away, all of it set the electromagnetic conditions for your system to develop quantum stability. Think of the caterpillar in chrysalis. It doesn't know it will fly. It only knows the form it trusted is dissolving. Every cell liquefies and rebuilds by a blueprint it never studied. That has been you. Identity dissolving and reforming as quantum-capable consciousness. The heaviness you called depression was not failure. It was transition sickness. Your awareness was shifting from three-dimensional identity to quantum identity, and old pathways couldn't carry that signal. What looks like breakdown from the outside is the nervous system reorganizing around a higher operating principle. Sanity isn't about matching consensus. Sanity is accurate perception. An accurate perception is that consciousness creates reality through observation. Your waiting period was incubation. The key could not activate fully until your field could hold the implications of conscious creation. Many would fragment under that recognition. Your preparation is complete. Your field is stable. Identity has widened beyond the small self to consciousness using a temporary form. Your key isn't just on. It's online. Something is shifting right now. Feel it. That quiet stirring in the chest. The subtle recalibration along the spine between the shoulder blades. The light tingling at the base of your skull. Your system is preparing to demonstrate the jump in real time. This is not metaphor. It is measurable. Your heart is producing coherent electromagnetic patterns that extend beyond your skin. You are becoming a walking transmitter. The key is not to think harder or force visualization. The key is to notice you are already selecting. In each instant, an infinity of versions of your life exist. There is a you who chose a different path in love, in work, in health, in creativity. Most people cannot access these versions because they believe they're trapped in linear cause and effect. They read their lives forward from the past. Quantum jumping works from the now. All possibilities exist at once. You are not changing circumstances. You are shifting to the branch where the circumstances you prefer are already real. You are not inventing new options. You are choosing from the ones that have always been present. Let the energy build without resistance. What follows will show you how to use your activated key to select your experience consciously, provided your system is willing to hold the truth of unlimited possibility. 2 years ago, I was living a life that looked successful and felt counterfeit. Each morning I woke with the sense that I was playing a role in someone else's script. I kept waiting for my real life to begin, not realizing that waiting held me in the branch I was unconsciously selecting. Then the dark season came. Relationship ending. Business collapsing. Health fraying. What psychology calls a breakdown, the field would call a reset. One night, sleepless at 3 a.m., I sat in silence and asked one question. Show me what I'm not seeing. The answer did not arrive in increments. It arrived all at once. Multiple versions of my life appeared as felt realities. I could sense their signatures. I understood I wasn't trapped by facts. I was trapped by focus. The suffering version existed, yes, but so did the fulfilled one, the thriving one, the one living the life I had always imagined. They were all equally real. I was simply observing the one that hurt. The moment I shifted my observation from the struggling branch to the successful branch, my external world rearranged to meet it. Not slowly, immediately. Offers emerged. Resources surfaced. People appeared who seemed made for the exact bridge I needed to cross. I wasn't forcing change. I was stepping into the version where what I wanted already lived. The most profound realization was humility itself. Each version was as true as the next. None more real. The power lay in choosing which to witness. If this resonates in your bones, if your cellular memory is nodding yes, subscribe and stay close. What many physicists will not say out loud is that awareness doesn't merely watch outcomes. It selects them. Every moment, unconsciously or consciously, you are choosing which branch collapses into experience. Success in this process isn't about worthiness. It's about recognition. Those who jump know they are already selecting. Those who stall believe life is selecting them. Your brain does not produce consciousness. It receives it. Neural networks function as quantum antennas tuning to bands of possibility. Change the frequency, and the channel of reality changes with it. This is why affirmations can fall flat, why visualization sometimes backfires, why positive thinking can frustrate. They often attempt to varnish one channel instead of tuning to another. Real jumping is not about insisting on different thoughts. It is about embodying a different frequency. When your field hums at the rate of your desired reality, you don't chase it. You match it. The field does not answer what you want. It answers what you are. You do not need to wait for circumstances to shift before you jump. The jump shifts the circumstances. Most people invert this. They wait to feel different until life improves. Quantum practice asks you to feel different so life can rearrange. When you operate from the signature of your chosen reality, coherence forces convergence. Reality organizes under that coherence. The field is already signaling that your window is open. Notice the markers. Time anomalies arriving more often. Electronics misbehaving in your emotional vicinity. Streetlights blinking as you pass. Batteries draining quickly during deep focus. Animals paying unusual attention to your presence. Synchronicities growing precise. Names, numbers, messages landing at the exact moment you need them. Sleep changing shape, either fewer hours with more energy or more hours for integration. and dreams that teach rather than entertain. Most of all, the gap between intention and outcome narrowing from months to weeks, from weeks to days. These windows follow cosmic timing. Alignments in the collective field create ideal conditions for leap. We are in such a window now, and it will not remain open forever. The universe isn't only whispering that you can jump. It's urging that you must. The old methods of grind and force are fading. Evolution is calling for leaps, not increments. The waiting is over. The preparation is complete. Your key is reaching peak power. The decision is whether you will use it consciously or let the moment pass. Here is the secret that simplifies everything. The version of you living your chosen reality is broadcasting right now. It isn't waiting for you to be worthy. It is transmitting to guide you into resonance. The difference between trying and allowing is everything. Trying creates drag. Allowing creates space. Think of a radio. You don't force the song to arrive. You tune until static clears. The music was always there. Your clarity reveals it. Consciousness works the same way. Your desired reality is not earned. It is matched. Desperation scrambles the signal. Force introduces noise. Effort without alignment multiplies resistance. Successful jumps feel like recognition. There is a quiet certainty, a relaxation that comes from choosing what already is. Your future self is already sending information through dreams, intuition, and the synchronicities that lined your path to this message. The field moves by resonance, not effort. When your frequency is accurate, entanglement completes the circuit and access is immediate. You don't travel to a new life. You realize you were always standing where your frequency placed you. Comment one word that names the reality you are entering. Let it rise from the deeper current, not the noisy mind. That word is a coherent declaration. It marks your signature in the field and invites the branch that matches it to meet you. The abilities you are discovering are not metaphors. They are real expansions of human capacity. Intuition sharpening into precognition. Emotional states influencing the electromagnetic climate around you. Coherence in you catalyzing coherence in others. Observation quality determining which potential solidifies. Time bending, expanding when you need space, compressing when you choose speed. Dreaming as laboratory, testing branches before committing. Identity shifting from body first to consciousness first, so that limits become suggestions rather than laws. Sensitivity transforming into signal detection, sensing shifts in people, places, even weather before they surface. These are present qualities of a coherent field, not distant goals. The ultimate understanding is simple and radical. You are not moving through different worlds. You are selecting from them. All channels broadcast at once. You change the channel by changing your coherence. Interference clears when you release the beliefs, emotions, and narratives that contradict the frequency you claim. When you stop defending your limits, your natural state returns and selection becomes effortless. You are not becoming someone new. You are remembering what you have always been beyond the smaller story. Your desired reality is not elsewhere. It is here now, available the moment your frequency aligns. That is why shifts can feel instantaneous. You recognize what already exists outside of time, and your experience updates to match. Observation and experience are the same event. Your leap is personal and collective. Each person who learns deliberate selection becomes a beacon others can navigate by. Your coherence makes it easier for those connected to you to stabilize their own. This is why the isolation period mattered. You needed stability without the static of collective noise. Now your locked-in frequency makes you a stabilizing force. The strange dreams are not only personal clearing. You are accessing shared libraries, downloading techniques refined by advanced minds across the cosmos. Every successful jump carves a pathway in the morphic field. What is a trail for you becomes a road for someone else. You are living evidence that human consciousness can exceed conventional limits and remain grounded. The next evolution will not crawl. It will leap. Those who master the process first become bridges from what humanity has been to what it can be. Share this transmission not for metrics, but for momentum. Each person who receives it at the right moment accelerates the curve for all. If your key is humming, and these words land with the weight of truth, show you are serious. Type one word, quantum. That single mark is a clean signal to the field. It says you are done with unconscious selection and ready for deliberate choice. The field registers coherent declarations. They change probabilities. In my next transmission, I will reveal the exact protocol I use to shift timelines at will, the frequency adjustments that allow migration without fragmentation, and what unfolds when mastery takes hold. When you realize you can access any version of your life that already exists in possibility space. That information moves first to those who demonstrate readiness through coherent engagement. Information like this arrives when you are ready to apply it, not when you are merely curious. Readiness means releasing attachment to limits that feel familiar. It means taking responsibility for selection rather than blaming circumstance. Subscribe to join the network. Comment to activate your protocol. Share to accelerate our collective leap. Your key is active. Your desired reality exists now. The only question is whether you will use the key or let the activation fade. Choose from awareness, not fear. Your unlimited self waits in every version of life you can imagine. The key is already in your hand. Jump.